The potential for innovation exists in individuals from all parts of the world, and it is influenced by various factors beyond nationality. Today's India focuses more on rote learning than research. First, we do not have an environment for innovation. Second, we do not have enough researchers, and third, there aren't enough resources for research. Let's talk about environment first. Hello, this is Rongarodyu from Hongaru Films. Today Indian students are running a rat race. A child is formally introduced to science around the age of 6 or 7. It soon becomes her IQ marker, the subject that she must excel in. If required, take extra classes and tuitions. Science here is not fun. It's more to do with test scores and Olympians. Come high school and the focus of science shifts to learning outside classrooms, not labs, but coaching classes. Students are told to embrace smart learning, learn only what's required and is relevant. For the college exam, the IIT and the NEET. How will India innovate when we are not even ready to take risks? We want safe and secure jobs. We do not want to get into research. Just 252.7 people get into research per million Indians. In Denmark, that number is 8,065.88 people per million. In South Korea, it is more than 7,980 people per million. In Sweden, 7,536. Austria, 5,733. Japan, 5,331 people per million. Germany, 5,211. Look at the numbers: Belgium, France, UK, Russia, UAE, and now look at India again. You can see the dearth of researchers. India spends around 0.7% of its GDP on research and development. Israel spends 4.95% of its GDP. South Korea, 4.82%. Sweden, 3.33%. Japan, 3.25%. Austria, 3.17%. Germany, 3.09%. Look at the numbers for Denmark, the US, Belgium, France, UK, Canada, UAE, Brazil, Russia. India, like I mentioned, spends less than 0.7% of its GDP on RAND. Way below the other BRICS nations, it spends just a little more than Mexico and Pakistan. Today's India creates top-notch corporate labor force. People best in the industry when it comes to running organizations, sticking to formats. 2% of the Fortune 500 companies of American origin are led by Indian Americans. Microsoft, Alphabet, Adobe, IBM. Forbes published this article in 2017. It says 90% of Indian startups will fail because of lack of innovation. In 2015, India filed 1,423 international patents. Japan filed 40 times more patents. China filed 29,846. South Korea, 14,626. India is lagging in innovation, and this is not the India we studied about. We were the front runners in science. India's problem of brain drain still persists. According to one estimate, more than half of the first ranchers in class 10th and 12th board exams between 1996 and 2015 migrated abroad. They are still employed overseas, mostly in the United States, the best and brightest of Indian minds living in and working for another country. This is brain drain 2.0. What explains this? An easy answer could be money. They say brains go where the money is. Others say brains go where brains are. Brains go where they are valued. And that is not to say that money does not play a role. It does. Look at wages in the context of purchasing power parity. Compare the average wage in America versus that in India. In academics, you earn 6 times in America compared to what you earn in India. In the IT sector, more than double. In management, more than 3 times. So clearly, money is a factor. Then you have education, quality of life, social security, gender equality, health benefits, a whole lot of things. If you talk about education, India has come a long way. It has ensured that almost every child goes to primary school, and that's no mean feat, but higher education is still a challenge. We have some stellar institutions like the IITs and the IIMs, but none of them appear in the list of top global universities. A lot of good colleges in India also have skyrocketing cutoffs. So students leave to study abroad to land better paying jobs. And these are expensive degrees, but they attract hundreds of thousands of Indian students. Then we have social security and quality of life. Better roads, hospitals, schools. Number of Indians who became permanent residents of Canada was 39,000. In 2019, that figure jumped to over 80,000. That's an increase of more than 105%. Next comes gender equality, a neglected dimension of brain drain. In 2021, the gender gap in India widened to 62.5%. There aren't enough women in technical and leadership roles. And this stems from gender disparities in education, labor force participation and income levels. The entire system, you could say. And this makes a lot of highly skilled women shift abroad with no intention to return. A lot of young people also go because they want to experience life outside India. They want to see the world. Many of them get used to what they see and experience and don't return. For a lot of people, the tag of being an NRI is a badge of honor. Now this apparently leads to reduced economic growth, limited innovative capacities of the nation and lack of skilled manpower. According to the US National Center for Biotechnology Information, NCBI, India is the world's biggest exporter of doctors. And this is a disturbing statistic. There is one Indian doctor in the US for every 1,325 Americans, but there is one Indian doctor in India for more than 2,400 Indians. India is losing its doctors, engineers and entrepreneurs to other countries. It is losing much of its skilled human capital to other countries. There is an urgent need to understand what is driving this trend and reverse it. Why is it that rich families with roaring businesses want to acquire investor green cards? Why does an IT employee pray night and day to earn that H-1B visa? Why does an Indian student want to go abroad directly after school? Why do Indian-born innovators disassociate themselves from their birthplace? These are uncomfortable yet important questions, questions that we need to address as a country, questions that we need to answer on all levels. If you want to end the great Indian brain drain, if you want to stop non-residential Indians from becoming non-returning Indians.
Why India has not been able to produce an Apple or a Google or a Facebook.
Or a Cisco.
Or a Cisco, yes, or a Cisco. Whereas China has been able to do so. I think the answer is very clear. China blocked all foreign companies, not Cisco, but many Facebook, Google, etc. were blocked for a long period of time before Chinese local champions emerged.
I think most faculty and most scientists thought that their responsibility really ends with writing a good paper, and at the most if they file a patent, it's a big thing done. They never thought that it's their realm of responsibility to take it forward into class A and class B and class C teachers. So class A teachers are those who actually have done innovation themselves, and they can literally lead their students into this game of innovation. Class B teachers is who appreciate the importance of that, and those who will at least tell the student, okay, go ahead and do that, and here is my contact, and maybe I'll put some resources in your way, and that's not bad. But I say, at least if you can't be class A or class B, at least be class C. Get out of the way. Let the student do it.
Education. Emphasis should be placed on science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, STEM, education. Schools should provide a strong foundation in these fields, along with digital literacy skills, to develop a scientific and technological mindset. Encouraging project-based learning and experiential education methods helps foster innovation. Students should be given opportunities to work on real-world problems, engage in hands-on experiments, and collaborate on innovative projects. The education system should prioritize cultivating creativity and critical thinking skills. Encouraging divergent thinking, problem-solving, and analytical skills can stimulate innovation and nurture an entrepreneurial mindset. Establishing a culture of research and development is essential. Universities and research institutions should be encouraged to conduct cutting-edge research, collaborate with industries, and provide funding and resources to support innovative projects. Incorporating entrepreneurship education at all levels of education helps instill an entrepreneurial mindset. It equips students with skills such as opportunity identification, business planning, and risk-taking, preparing them to become innovators and job creators. Strengthening collaboration between educational institutions and industries promotes innovation. Establishing partnerships, internships, and mentorship programs with industries allows students to gain practical exposure, access resources, and understand industry requirements. Creating incubation centers and innovation hubs within educational institutions fosters an ecosystem that supports innovative ideas and startups. These centers provide infrastructure, mentorship, and networking opportunities to nurture and commercialize innovations. Supportive policies and funding. The government should introduce policies that incentivize innovation and entrepreneurship. Funding programs, grants, and scholarships should be made available to support innovative research, development, and startups. Teachers play a crucial role in fostering innovation. Offering continuous professional development programs for teachers to enhance their knowledge, pedagogical skills, and understanding of emerging technologies ensures they can effectively nurture innovation in students. Facilitating collaboration with international institutions and organizations allows for knowledge exchange, exposure to global best practices, and access to international research networks, fostering a culture of innovation. Though graduates from India's premier engineering colleges, such as the IITs, are still in demand, it is the thousands of other engineering colleges and ITIs that churn out millions of graduates every year, whose employability is questionable. There is a glut of engineers in the country and most of them are not employable. Problems of low-quality education and outdated curricula have become more pronounced with automation and emerging technology reshaping businesses. Restricting knowledge within specific families or groups can have negative consequences. The modes of communication and dissemination of knowledge were limited. Information may not have been effectively shared across regions, hindering the spread of innovative ideas and technologies. Societal norms and cultural practices may have played a role in restricting the sharing of knowledge. In some cases, knowledge may have been considered exclusive to specific groups or families, leading to a lack of diffusion.